Hi there, we are solving a radical equation today. And step number one for a radical equation is to get the radical by itself. So there are some common errors that people make, and we'll try to highlight them here today so that you don't make them in the future. First step is to, in this case, subtract the 4 over to get the radical almost by itself. And that would give you a negative 12 there. Okay, so in this case, we have to move the 3 here over. And there are a couple options here. This 3 here. Well, there aren't a couple options, but there's one good option. Now, many people, for some reason, want to subtract the 3 on both sides, but that's not the right answer, or not the right way to go. So, since the 3 here is multiplied to the rad 6 minus x, we must do the opposite of multiplication and divide. So in this case, we get 1, and this gives us 6 rad 6 minus x equals negative 4. At this point, we might be able to tell what the answer is, but let's just continue on if you don't catch on. So we will square both sides. This squaring sort of undoes the radical here, the inverse operation, so we get 6 minus x equals 16. As I subtract the 6 over, I end up getting negative x equals 10. We'll just bring that up here. We have negative, we can write it as 1x equals 10. When I divide by negative 1, I end up getting x equals negative 10, which could be a solution. It is a solution to the transformed equation after I squared both sides. Now we have to just check to see if that is truly a solution to the original. Okay, so what we'll do is we will go through a check. In this case, we're checking to see if x equals negative 10 is a solution. So we will rewrite the original, and it's important we go back to the original equation. And we're plugging in this case, for x, we're going to plug in a negative 10. And we'll see if the left side does equal the right side, which is what we're looking for. So we get 3 times radical 16 plus 4 equals negative 8. You might have a thought as to what's going to happen here, but this is 3 times 4, which is 12 plus 4. And does 12 plus 4 equal negative 8? In this case, it does not. So we checked to see if negative 10 was a solution. It isn't, and since it's the only option, we will have to say that the answer is that there is no solution, and we must write that in this case. Now, just going back a little ways here, once we got down to this right here, this step right here, where we had a radical equaling a negative number, you could have just stopped at that point, knowing that when we take the square root of a number, we're always going to get a 0 or positive number, and since it was set equal to a negative number, we could just jump down to the no solution at that point. Okay? Have a good day.